They say actions speak louder than words, you know. But sometimes action is just a manifestation of words.
I know you say that you love me. I know you say that you care. You would do anything for me, and you will always be there. I can't say you never hurt me, but if I have to be fair, nobody is perfect, yeah. And you don't ever have to worry. I'll ride with you through every journey. When it's pouring rain, I'll shelter you. Anything I'll do for you. And no matter how much you say you love me, I want you to know I love you more. 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 And that's for sure. Love you from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Don't you want feel so incomplete? I love you more and more each day. Oh 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 oh. Oh 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 oh. Oh 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 oh. You don't have to buy me diamonds. You don't have to buy me nothing. I don't love you for your money. I would want you even if you had nothing. Just show me that you love me, because I give what I get 10 times over. Don't you ever forget it. And you don't ever have to worry. I'll ride with you through every journey. When it's pouring rain, I'll shelter you. Anything I'll do for you. And no matter how much you say you love me, I want you to know I love you more. I love you more. I love you more. I love you more. I love you more.
Patrice Roberts says, listen,
I love you more.
I love you more.
And that's
You can't tell me how much you love me to the moon and back.
it's all I
You could have deal. You could have do everything in the world for me. I love you more.
love you more.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Real talk night.
Buy me diamonds. You don't have to buy me nothing. I don't love you for your money. I would want you even if you had nothing. Just show me that you love me, because I give what I get.
How you all doing tonight?
It's over.
Or this morning, this afternoon, this day, wherever you are in the world? How are you?
I'll ride with you through every journey.
I want to say big up to those who are locked in on TuneIn Radio.
Shelter you. Anything.
The night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
No matter how much you say you love me, I want you to know
Big ups to those who are locked in on NIE Radio to New Jersey.
I love you more.
Big ups to you. Big ups to the motivator.
I love you more. I love you more. I love you more.
Remember, you can catch the motivator live
And that's for sure.
Thursday evenings at 9 p.m.
It's all of your feet. Don't you want feel so incomplete?
Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m.
And more each day.
Big up to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. Big up Mr. Lindsay, veteran in the business.
I love you more.
You can catch Clinton Lindsay live at 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. ClintonLindsay.com. And on Sundays at 4 p.m. for the Sunday Explosion, well, Sunday Classics.
I don't love you for your money. I would want you even if you had nothing. Just show me that you love me.
Big up to those who are locked in on PEMGTV.com.
10 times over. Don't you ever forget.
Much love to you.
And you
The family over there on Facebook Live. Those locked in on Clubhouse. The club is called The Stew Pot. The room tonight, Healthy versus obsessive love.
And no matter how much you say you love me, I want you to know I love you more.
Invite you to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Because we're not leaving anybody out. Come on, rope in everybody because the information works for everybody. I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors, Pulse Media Group and Being in a Moment is Priceless. Give them a call. What can they do for you? Everything you see here on kevinstew.com and more. In fact, they host kevinstew.com on their server. But not everybody need hosting services. Some people just want a platform to stream on or somebody to enable them to stream. So if you have a wedding, a seminar, a church service, a graduation, a party, you name it and you want to stream it, a secure platform, whether it is your own or theirs, give them a call, 754-999-1140, and tell them DJ Kevin Stew told you about them. Thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. Give her a call, 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Or email her at thealater@att.net, thealater@att.net. Outside of paying her, she only has one request. Get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done. And because I always fall asleep, I think you will too. Thank you to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking is licensed and insured movers. So you want to move from here and go there? Not too sure how to go about doing it? Go ahead, call them up. They'll work with you. Work things out. Their number is 954-406-9740. That's 954-406-9740. With McNeil Trucking, you're in good hands. Don't you ever forget. Tell them the night shift with DJ and Kevin Stew was where you got all this information and you want to know how they can help you. I love you more. You think you love me more? No. I love you more. I love you more. I love you more. I love you more. The sound of Patrice Roberts. I love you more. And that's for sure. Love you from the crown of your head to the I want to say big up to Marlon Borrell, host of Real Rockers. I love you more. And Reggae Global General Manager. Yeah man, Reggae Global Radio General Manager in the building. You can catch Marlon every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Real Rockers. He's a walking, talking, living, breathing music encyclopedia and an edutainer like none other. Yeah man, he entertains you and he educates you. Trust me, you will learn something catching Real Rockers. I love you more. I love you more. I love you more. And that's for sure. Love you from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Don't you feel so incomplete? So last week we started talking and we're looking at this whole thing about obsession. And I think we got caught up with obsessive compulsive disorders. Looking at the definition of it and everything like that. If you missed it, don't worry. The podcast is available, the YouTube is available. In fact, make it easy for you. Just go to kevinstew.com And everything is available right there. The link to the post that has the podcast and the YouTube, you can watch them right there. kevinstew.com. You don't even need to go anywhere else. You can listen to the podcast right there. You can watch the whole broadcast right there. Blessings, Joe. Big up Joe Fagan on Facebook Live. Much love, Joe. So this week we said we would, and thank you to Althea who called in last week, and we had an excellent discussion talking about obsessive compulsive disorders. It pretty much became the focal point of the broadcast last week, and this week we kind of piggyback on that because I had some more information, and I really felt the need to present it to or share it with you guys. So numbers to call, numbers to text if you want to get in touch, you want to participate in the broadcast. 773-789-STEW. That's 773-789-7839. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen right there. 773-789-7839. Call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram. If you're overseas and the Telegram doesn't work for you or WhatsApp doesn't work for you and still want to get in touch, Skype is available. So just link me up on Skype. It's kevin.stew. Real easy. Nothing much more than that you need to deal with. So you have no excuse. And of course, you can jump into the stew pot on kevinstew.com. And for those of you wondering what the stew pot is, it's what others call a chat room. Or because we're fancy, we call it the stew pot. It's where we keep things interactive and bubbling. Just go to kevinstew.com. You don't need to register anything. You don't need to offer a firstborn, internal organ, blood sacrifice of any kind. You don't need any of that. All you need to do is just go to kevinstew.com and you're interacting. You're watching live, you're listening live, and you're interacting by text live. So you can just type in the stew pot. All right? So those are all your available options. Once again, we're looking at healthy versus obsessive love. That's where we'll end up tonight. But to get things started, when we talk about obsession, we rarely see it with all its nuances. And according to stylist.co.uk, the term usually conjures up one-dimensional images of someone frantically scrubbing something something clean, or fixation on one thing, like a social media influencer or a particular makeup line or product. They're just fixed on this one thing, but it's something that really possesses multiple strands. Obsession. And there's a psychological thriller called Cheat, where obsession between a professor and a student has devastating consequences. It got some people thinking. And so stylist.co.uk asked psychotherapeutic counselor Chanel Sowden, about the different forms of obsession and how they manifest themselves. And I thought this was really interesting. First off, there was perfectionism. Now, people with particularly tidy homes are prone to laughing off their orderliness with phrases like, I'm a bit OCD, but an obsession with avoiding dirt is a very real and very serious condition. This is a need for things to be perfect, correct, even exact, symmetrical, equal, or for everything to be remembered, says Sowden. oftentimes we, when things feel chaotic in our heads, it can help to have an order and to have control in our environment. And after a while, we can wire ourselves to feel some level of relief when things are in control around us. This behavior can lead to an emphasis on neatness, needing to be 100% correct, overthinking and control over our belongings, either keeping them to a minimum or hoarding so nothing gets forgotten. Have you seen things like that with people? Yeah, it's perfectionism. The relief and safety gained by getting or keeping something perfect can create enormous pressure and requires us to take extreme action. Then there's the rationale. And yeah, this is the second one on the list. While wanting to spend a lot of time with someone you're involved with, or did I say rational? I'm sorry, relational. While wanting to spend a lot of time with someone you're involved with or interested in is nothing to trigger alarm bells, because we all want to do it, It's a thing. On ITV's Cheat, this can evolve into something more dangerous. So it is seen, it shows up on the series. Infatuation or obsessing about another person, romantic or not, is common, according to Soden. It can play out in relatively harmless ways, such as celebrities we idolize, secret work crushes, or identifying with a certain author, or even a stranger. It can also play a big part in early stages of falling in love. And we all like that feeling of falling in love. Hey, Smiley, how you doing? Welcome. How are you feeling? Obsessions can vary in intensity. When our relationship with another person goes beyond the point of what is healthy and good for our mental health, there can be signals. Our thoughts, our emotions may feel overwhelming, uncontrollable, or all-consuming. They may also become unpleasant or unwelcome. Extreme aggression can trigger sabotaging behavior, delusion, or even risky urges. Then there's the contamination. So you have your perfectionism. That is a form of obsession. You're relational. Then there's a contamination. And few of us would welcome the idea of falling ill or living in filth. But for others, it is something that can be all-consuming, believe it or not. Contamination obsession is a fear of germs, disease, dirt, ingesting something unwanted, or coming into contact with household cleaners or other chemicals. This, again, says Souden. The behaviors this obsession causes include excessive washing, cleaning, and hypervigilance around consuming foods prepared by someone else. Y'all know that person that says, I don't eat out. I can't eat from people. That person? Yeah. This could be the issue that they have. It's a real thing. Now, this can lead to avoiding certain social situations, such as restaurants, eating at other people's houses, swimming pools, or avoiding contact with other people or animals altogether. It's a real thing. We've seen it on various broadcasts and on TVs, in movies, but even closer to home, it exists. Now, there's another type of obsession which is causing harm. most of us have moments of guilt and worry about how our actions could influence other people. But one strand of obsession can take this to frightening levels. A deep fear of blame or being responsible for something bad happening, such as ruining something or hurting themselves or someone else. This is often at the is often at the root of this particular obsession. Now, this fear can lead to excessive checking of locks, gas caps, hair straighteners, candles, health checks, pregnancy, or repeatedly needing reassurance from others. Yeah, the person that will walk out of the house and turn back 5 times and check the door to make sure that it is locked, when they made sure to lock it and then unlock it again like 3 times before. Yeah, some of you might be chuckling, but it's a real thing. Although worrying about these things is common and understandable, it can lead to disruptions in everyday life, such as avoidance or limiting behaviors with regard to relationship or jobs or commute, or having potentially harmful items around, such as knives. It's a real thing, and it can affect us in some people in severe ways. Then you have your intrusive thoughts. And this one is the last on this list. Now, for some, obsession means this stressing and repetitive thoughts that enter the head without invitation. And remember, when we started talking about this, we mentioned the unwanted thoughts that can disrupt life. Some of us, we have thoughts, but we have the thought and then we move past it and continue with our lives. With people that suffer from some of these conditions, they have these thoughts and they can interfere with their daily functions. Intrusive thoughts are involuntary and often revolve around being out of control in some way. They may include magical thinking that doesn't make logical sense. We all have involuntary intrusive thoughts. Some can be positive, which we might call daydreams. Yeah, it seems more common than you think now, right? You mentioned daydreams. Oh, we all have those. Yeah. But if they become negative, repetitive, and center around relationships, violence, or sexual thoughts, it can feel overwhelming and distressing. And then this now can lead to harmful behaviors. That is when you get into your obsessions and you break down the obsession into more detail. Again, we're talking about intrusive thoughts, causing harm, contamination, relational, and perfectionism. These are 5 forms of obsession. When you get down to breaking it down, because it's I guess these would be the top 5 when it comes to types of obsessions. And I'm pretty sure, like me, most of the people hearing this would go, wait a minute. I just thought being obsessed with something was just one thing. Now you're breaking it down further into these other things. Do I need to look further into this? Do I need to talk to somebody? Do I need to do something more? Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not saying that you don't. But again, if it is affecting your daily life. It is affecting how you interact with people, how you function at work, leaving the home. You don't want to do it because of this overwhelming fear of something bad happening, thinking that everything is going to go wrong, or worrying that you're going to cause harm to someone, because this is a thought that you keep having over and over again. You look at people and you just want to just hit them with a rock for no reason. You could be suffering from an obsession, particularly in that example, causing harm. If you're worried about causing harm to yourself because you might cut yourself with something, so you can't keep sharp objects in your home, that's a serious issue. Now, it's one thing to say, boy, I don't like using scissors because I'm kind of clumsy. I don't like using sharp objects because I'm kind of clumsy, but I'll do it if I have to. That's one thing. Obsessing over it and it bothering you to the point where you can't function, yeah, that's another. At that point, you might want to go seek some help. For those of you who are just joining in, we're looking at, we're getting to the point. We're just setting up and addressing some things relating to it. But ultimately, we're getting to the point of healthy versus obsessive love. So in order to get there, we kind of need to paint a picture. In continuing from last week, when we started talking about obsession and looking at obsessive compulsive disorders, or disorder, but here we're taking it a step further and diving a little bit deeper, finding out a little bit more, looking at some more detail when it comes to these things. Because people talk about it casually sometimes, yeah, I just can't get enough of this person. I can't get enough of this thing. I'm so obsessed. And it's just a matter that, they just really like it. That's not much of an obsession. That's just a real passion for something and, really liking something. The obsession comes with the involuntary thoughts. This is where it gets hairy. We're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk some more. We're going to look at the psychology surrounding obsessive personalities before we get down into healthy versus obsessive love. What is that? How do you recognize that? How do you navigate that? How do you define each of those? We'll be right back. It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Call your friends, tell your friends, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Tell everybody. Facebook Live deuces to you. This is where we're going to part company. Come on over. The link is pinned in the comment section. It's kevinstew.com. Those of you on Clubhouse, kevinstew.com. Real easy. Be a part of the broadcast. Join those that are already in the stew pot. And if you're wondering what the stew pot is, it's the interactive part of kevinstew.com where others call it a chat room, but because we're fancy, we call it the stew pot. And remember, kevinstew.com is that place where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. Come on over, accept some ideas, be enlightened, and go out and share them with someone else. We'll be right back.
Quality Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsing Media Group.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first of its kind space
that all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
Reggae Global Entertainment presents the brand new self-titled album from Yishka with 9 great songs. Oh Baby Let Me Love You. Be Grateful for Life.
Be grateful for life.
Shake You Down.
Girl, I wanna shake you
What else can I do?
What else can I do?
Babe, Come Over.
Baby, come over.
My. It's our time
You know I love you.
for your love.
I would do anything.
I'm Falling.
In love again.
Yishka. 9 great songs. Available on all streaming platforms.
You sure look good tonight.
Available now.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school,
In math,
I learned that I'm ugly
I
and
learned
useless.
that I'm trash.
And in gym,
In biology,
I learned that I'm
I
pathetic
learned that I'm fat
and a
and
joke.
stupid.
In history,
Today in
I learned that
school,
I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick.
And in
And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell.
and in
In chemistry, I learned that no one
In
likes me.
biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid.
In English,
And in
I
math,
learned that I make people
I
sick.
learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today
The only thing I didn't learn today
The only thing I didn't learn
Is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
I'm representing for DJ Kevin's too, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin's too sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. So let's say DJ Kevin's too. Stranger in love, I'm a stranger in love. Hold me, baby. Take my hands. I'm a stranger, but I love you. Hold me. Don't be scared. I need it right now. I'm glad that I met you. This is the start of something new. Come to me, hold me please. 'Cause I need you right now. I've waited so long, waited so long just for this moment.
Your love cause being true to me. Stranger in love, I'm a stranger in love. Stranger in love, oh, take my hands. I'm a stranger, but I love you. Please hold me. Don't be scared. I need you right now. I'm glad that I met you. 'Cause this is the start of something new. Come to me, hold me please. 'Cause I need you right now. 'Cause I've waited so long.
Greetings, and salutations to those who are just joining. Welcome back to those who have been here waiting from the break.
Your love cause.
In the background, the sound of You Madu. A track called Stranger in Love.
Baby, take my hand.
Yeah, kind of creepy, right? Take my hand, I'm a stranger, but I love you.
I'm a stranger in love.
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
Take my hands.
I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Remember, she's a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. Let's give her a call, because she'll come to you with over 20 years massage therapy experience and her table and oils. 954-655-9000.
I met you.
Thank you, Althea.
'Cause this is the start of something new.
Yeah, man, I'm glad I met you. This is the start of something new, but I love you nonetheless. You know, kinda, questionable, but real. For some. I don't know about others. When it comes to the behavior of a person, when that behavior displays signs of some sort of obsessive reaction, then other people might find it necessary to shrug off the behavior as odd and not think anything else of it. If they are expressed to the person on a daily basis, though, a pattern in the obsessive behavior will emerge that it will give solidarity to thoughts that the person might have an obsessive personality disorder. And according to streetdirectory.com, there is an article titled "The Psychology Surrounding Obsessive Personalities." And in it, they say people take great care in what they do or say about a person when it comes to pointing the finger toward a mental illness. Perhaps they have their own idiosyncrasies and do not want the tables turned in their direction. The psychology surrounding obsessive personalities requires lengthy consideration of each trait, because some people react differently to situations because of their background or upbringing and not from any type of mental illness. Psychologists are interested in how obsessive a person becomes over an event in their life. They will look for certain benchmarks that are standard with all people who suffer from an obsessive personality disorder. In the psychology of an obsessive personality, the psychologist will take into consideration what the persistent rate is of any obsessive reaction. And then they will determine whether that persistency is further stimulated due to exposure to images or thoughts. And these images or thoughts might not be readily apparent. They might not even exist at all. Crazy, right? Now, this episode of obsessive behavior will be readily apparent to the afflicted person. They may feel quite violated by the intrusion of images and the actions that they can no longer control. They feel very helpless when their behavior escalates into an obsessive episode that makes them very anxious. They may feel embarrassed by their behavior if they have not lost contact with reality. Their actions will be viewed by onlookers as strange because there will be no apparent reason for their behavior. The person might get obsessive about trying to conceal actions that they know are not normal, but are helpless to change how their actions emerge. Their obsessive nature will cause them to go to extreme lengths to divert attention from themselves onto any other person, place, or thing. They are well aware that their compulsive nature exists and is uncontrollable. But their mental illness causes them to place the original obsession in the background until attention is diverted from them to another. So one of the things that we learned last week looking at this information is that you have your obsessions and then you have the compulsion. And more of us have obsessions than not. It is a compulsive behavior that really makes the obsession get highlighted. So you have some that will flounder in their efforts to conceal the compulsive personality disorder. They may be overcome with an impulse that is so strong that it is no longer possible to hide the obsessive behavior from people who are familiar with that person. Through the help of a psychologist, though, people with compulsive personality disorders can learn to control their impulses. It is not a write them off kind of a situation. It doesn't have to be the end for them in any way, shape, or form. So, taking that into consideration, it now leads us to the subject at hand. Healthy versus obsessive love. And you kind of have to wonder, where does one stop and another begin? Because you have some people that love wholeheartedly and they love deep and they love strong and they love heavy. And you have some that love and you have to question love. Do they really love me? And you wonder, all right, so if that is how they love, how do they treat someone that they don't love? And the questions roll over and continue. But if you want to share and ask questions and in any way, shape, or form, participate in this broadcast, you can call in 773-789-STEW. That's 773-789-7839. One more time. 773-789-7839. And you'll be able to participate live with me, whether it is to tell your own story, share an experience of someone that you know that is true. You can do that too, because we will all benefit from it. Now, MedicineNet, according to medicinenet.com, the infatuation stage of love, of romantic love, usually occurs in the early months in a healthy love relationship. It can involve persistent thoughts of the love object and wanting to spend every moment with that person. A healthy love relationship usually evolves over time, such that it no longer involves the near desperate intensity and fervor of infatuation. Healthy love, not the Tuesday broadcast, not the health broadcast right here on the night shift, but a healthy love tends to mature over the years to include commitment, friendship, and a solid respect for the other person as an individual and of their needs. I want to pause right here because when I look at a healthy, loving relationship, the maturity into commitment and friendship and a solid respect for the other person, I don't quite see it that way. I think with the friendship coming first, then that way you genuinely have a healthy, loving relationship. Because in that friendship now, you have, if you're truly friends, you have the commitment to want that person to develop to be their best selves. So you have that bond of a true friend. So even if the relationship gets to a point beyond a platonic stage, it gets to be more, and I don't want to use the word intimate, because to be true friends with someone, you will know them intimately. Not sexually, necessarily. There are some cases where the true friends had gone through a period of becoming sexual. But you become intimate. You know that person. You get to learn that person inside out. That type of intimacy. So when they say here that healthy love tends to mature over the years to include commitment, friendship, and a solid respect for each other, I think that is what should come first. And then, because of that, the love really gets solidified. Well, I guess we're saying the same thing, but my emphasis is on the friendship that leads to that healthy love. Because when you're learning someone, you get to know the little isms about them, the things that make them who they are, the little quirks. And some of these things you typically may not like in an individual, but because there are other things about them, you overlook those little things and you learn to cope with them, and then you develop this bond as a result of recognizing those things and being able to live with them. That is love. That is the accepting someone for who they are as they are. And I think that is really healthy. But I digress. Going back to the information according to medicinenet.com. Healthy relationships allow both people to feel loved, cared for, and respected, and allow for each person's individually and pursuit of their own personal lives, recreational activities, and friendships outside of the love relationship. Now, unfortunately, obsessive love has been romanticized in literature for centuries. It's nothing that is new. It has been written about forever. And it has also been in the media. Now, once the media came into existence, it was all or nothing kind of a deal. It was after the races at that point. From the mutual suicides of Romeo and Juliet to even many of the more recent romantic movies, being obsessed with the object of one's love is often held up as something to aspire to, rather than having the potentially devastating aftermath of the behaviors when the movies fade to black. And that is the part that causes the concern. So you have to ask the question, what is really the difference between the healthy and the obsessive love? Well, the difference is that with the obsessive love, those feelings of infatuation become extreme, expanding to the point of becoming obsessions. Obsessive love and jealousy that is delusional is a symptom of mental health problems, and is a symptom that occurs in about 0.1% of adults. You got that percentage? So there are very few people that it happens to. But is it really that it just happens to very few people, or just that very few people come forward and get treated for it? Individuals who suffer from delusional jealousy often interpret minor experiences, like a co-worker saying hello to their spouse or romantic partner, looking at a passerby as positive proof that their loved one is being unfaithful. Things like that happen. That's the kind of obsession that individual may have. That's when it gets to the point where some therapy is needed. Male alcoholics have been found to be particularly vulnerable to developing delusional jealousy. Females are more likely to develop obsessive love toward people they know rather than toward a stranger. The objects of love for women who love obsessively are often people who have been in the role of helper in their lives. In the uncommon instances that obsessive love involves violence, men and women seem to be perpetrators of such violence at equal rates. Some people tend to say men are more likely to do this, or women are more likely to be that. Nah, in this particular case, it's 50-50. Risk factors for developing obsessive love include a lack of full-time employment, as well as having family members who have psychiatric problems, particularly a delusional disorder. Now, if it includes people that don't have full-time employment, then there should be quite a number of people right now that are dealing with obsessive love interests. Because in the past 2 years, it seems like jobs have come at a premium. Either they've lost them, or people just don't want to work because they went through the period of quarantining. So now is the time where I'm guessing psychologists and psychiatrists have their hands full, especially when it comes to obsessive relationships or obsessive love. So how then do you recognize something like this? How do you identify it? Aside from delusional jealousy, obsessive love can be differentiated from a healthy love relationship by having addictive qualities. What do you mean? Well, the person who suffers from obsessive love tends to want to spend excessive time with their love object, such that they think excessively about and engage in behaviors that put them in touch with their love object to an extreme degree. They may limit how much they engage in recreational activities or other social relationships, even becoming incapacitated to the point of being unable to work. that's when you know that they've gone too far. A person who obsessively loves may engage in escalating tools of psychological control or other forms of control in an effort to keep their love object close. Examples of that include controlling money or food in extreme cases, stalking, or using violence. The individual who is obsessively in love, as well as the object of that love, may be dependent and codependent on each other. Yeah, remember, we've talked about codependency on this broadcast. We've talked about limerence and limerent object. And it kind of paints a picture similar to this obsessive love. The person who loves obsessively, they may behave as if addicted to their love object. And in turn, the object of obsessive love may have difficulty setting clear limits and boundaries on the obsessive behavior. Again, it's one of those fine lines, occasionally blurred, but always concerning situations. The question is, how do you work through it? But even before that, what could have caused it? Well, when we come back from the break, we're going to see if we can look into what causes obsessive love. Because if it exists, something has to bring it into play, right? What could that thing be? What is it that if you are doing these things, it could probably lead you down to a road of obsessive love versus having a healthy, loving relationship? Well, let's see if we can find out when we come back from the break. We'll be right back. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Making great music is one thing, sharing it with the world, that's another. Let the professionals at Reggae Global Entertainment help you to another level. Specializing in artist management, booking, public relations and marketing, and promotion, Reggae Global Entertainment can help you with event planning, websites, photography, and video production, press releases, legal services, and graphic design. They can even help you with music production, so you can get the sound that you want every time. Call Reggae Global Entertainment at 954-804-8199. That's 804-8199. Or visit them online at reggaeglobalentertainment.com.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Teddy Greaves Jr. with 6 brand new songs out now on his brand new EP, Teddy Greaves Jr. with songs you know and love like Can You Stop the Rain? One Last Cry. Can't Get Over You. Wait Too Long. You and I. And One Last Cry, the acoustic version. Teddy Greaves Jr., now available on all major digital platforms. Teddy Greaves Jr.
Yes. Carmantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Send roses by bottles of champagne. Your favorite, I'm great at keeping a promise. Wrote letters, 10 pages to tell ya I'm in it, I wanna stay. And I'll show you in every way. You're skeptical still, I'm loving all you. And I'm super confused how my actions don't convince you. You're skeptical still, so I'll remind you. Takeout, stop binging on old films. Get dressed up, we go out. It's hard to make a choice. We're both indecisive. All I know, I'm in it, I wanna stay. And I'll show you in every way. You're skeptical still, well, I'm loving all you. And I'm super confused how my actions don't convince you. You're skeptical still, so I'll remind you. You're not.
If I've never told you I loved you,
I never told you.
I'm telling you now.
I do.
I love you.
Told you.
The sound of Royce. The track is called If I Loved You. Welcome back to the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, Real Talk Night. Thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Hey, I have a question for you guys. If somebody could check on this real quick for me. I just got a message here that it looks like the Russians have started the invasion of Ukraine. Can somebody check that out real quick for me and let me know if that's actually the case? Go ahead and just drop me a line, give me a call. You can talk about it live on this broadcast if you wish. 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. Just let me know. Please. And thank you. The track is called If I Loved You. The artist goes by the name Royce. In its simplest form. If I loved you, you will know. But if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the difference. Yeah, healthy versus obsessive love, and apparently there's a fine line between the two. And we've gotten to the point where we're asking the question, what causes obsessive love? And I had asked that question before we had gotten into the break. Well, what have you come up with your own thoughts? According to medicinenet.com, the process that mental health professionals engage in to assess obsessive love includes evaluating the person to ensure that mental disorders that may present with this symptom are considered and treated if present. Examples of such disorders include schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, delusional disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, personality disorder, or organic caused by a medical condition, brain syndrome. Because, there are some side effects of some drugs that may cause some of these disorders, believe it or not. Warning signs that someone is suffering from obsessive love may include a few things. And it doesn't mean that you are an obsessive lover if you may have a piece or one or two of these traits. They're just saying, these are some of the characteristics of someone who is suffering from obsessive love. They have low self-esteem or a tendency of needing excessive reassurance. They are obsessively talking about their loved object. They make repeated calls, texts, and or faxes, if people are still faxing in a traditional sense, to their love object. There is unwanted, intensive attention to the love object. A tendency to have extremely good or bad, so it's not balanced feelings. It's one way or the other. And this is extremely good or bad feelings about someone. That may be an indication that you're an obsessive lover. A tendency to focus on only the positive or the negative aspects of their loved one. So again, that balance is off. It's not there. They there is a tendency to have extremely good. Oh, that's one I just gave you. They're extremely good or extremely bad thoughts about that person. There's a tendency to focus on only the positive or the negative aspects. It's not balanced, and there is trouble focusing on work, recreation, socializing, or other aspects of their lives outside of the object of their affection. Now, can you imagine if the object of their affection is their co-worker? That person is going to be at work all the time. They'll be sick on their deathbed and they want to go to work because they want to see this person because they're so obsessed. That kind of thing is unhealthy. Because the only person that you should really have that kind of love for is yourself. And then that way, well, even if you have that kind of love for yourself, I guess that's kind of crazy too. Yeah, that's going too far. That's taking a love for self a bit too far. Yeah, scratch that. Don't even have that kind of love for yourself. Because it becomes unhealthy. It's not balanced. I digress. Attempts to monitor or otherwise control their love object's life and activities will show up in an individual who exhibits traits, who is obsessively loving. There is excessive joy to the point of relief when able to get in touch with or be with their love object. These are indicators that someone is obsessively loving. Is there a way to treat this kind of condition though? Can you get is there an app for that? Is there a drug for that? Is there any kind of treatment for such a condition? Treating obsessive love often involves psychotherapy. And this is the treatment for the sufferer and also for their love object. Because the person receiving that obsessive love, they're going to have some things to deal with themselves. And this is particularly so if the two people are currently in a relationship with each other. Counseling can help and may involve helping both people visualize their relationship in a healthier manner, as well as using affirmations and other techniques to enhance their self-esteem. Any underlying mental illness should be treated with medication if appropriate. If the individual with obsessive love has begun to manifest threatening or otherwise dangerous behaviors, then you may have to take legal action. You may have to have the police getting involved. There may be restraining orders that need to be put in place, and safety plans might be necessary, because it has gotten to that point where trust is now out the window. You have to be wary of what this individual may do. Again, they're obsessing. So, again, there's a fine line between a healthy, loving relationship and an obsessing relationship, an obsessing love relationship. You don't want to be crossing over into that obsessive side. And early on in a relationship, you may think, it may feel like you're obsessing, because that NRE is so real, that new relationship energy. And you kind of would have to wonder, looking at information, just that information that we shared tonight alone, as it relates to obsessive love, you'd kind of wonder if you've been obsessing over your love interest, wouldn't you? Because you long for that moment where you get to spend some time together, whether virtually or in person. You wait for that call or that text message to come. And the first thing you do in the morning is send off that message or look for that message. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're obsessing. It could be that new relationship energy, and because it feels good when you're interacting with that person, you look forward to it so much. The point when it becomes dangerous is when it affects your daily life. It affects how you get ready in the morning. You end up being late because you're watching the phone waiting for a message to come in. When you send a message, you're waiting for a response, and you're not doing anything else because you don't want to miss it. You want to see it as soon as it comes in. You want that phone to ring and it's in your hand, ready to, because you don't want to miss the call. You don't want anything to interfere with. You need to chill. Take a moment, breathe, get yourself in order, get your stuff done. If you find that you're so consumed by this individual that it affects your daily life. Now, your children are wondering, hey, where is breakfast? And you're like, listen, the kitchen is that way. You know where the kitchen is. But they're 5 years old and you promise them bacon and eggs. You're going to send them to go make it there. That is the kind of thing I'm talking about when I'm saying the obsession is affecting your daily life. That right there. That's what you don't want to happen. And if you find it happening, be honest with yourself and go seek help. Because this is not something that is only affecting you, but as you heard just now, the person who is on the receiving end of it is going to need some treatment also. Think about it. When you're the object, and I know some people look forward to something like that. They want that kind of attention. They want to feel that special. That every waking moment is about them. The moment you realize that is unhealthy and you take that away from them, now they have become accustomed to a certain level of attention and they need to get treated for that. So now it becomes, they become codependent. So they are enablers at this point because they're enabling you, the individual who is becoming obsessive, to be that way because they love the attention. So they are obsessive too. They're obsessed with receiving that attention, that receiving that kind of love. And so you are now both in this obsessive loving relationship. One obsessed with giving it, the other obsessed with receiving it. And to think that it is so easy to have that feeling and for it to be an obsession. It's crazy, right? Now everybody is, I'm sure, reconsidering the new relationship that they're in and the energy that they're feeling in that relationship. But guess what? If it hasn't prevented you from going to work, maybe you shouldn't really be worried about it. Kicking off an early musical therapy. This is Paul Anthony with a track called Love Hurts.
I don't wanna wait in vain. Love hurts, but I love the pain. Shots of Novocaine through my brain. I'm about to go insane. I don't wanna lose you, baby. If I did it would drive me crazy. Without you everything seems easy. Stay close to me where you're supposed to be. You say I'm selfish cause I need you for myself. It's bad for my health, girl, but I don't want nobody else, yeah. And I know I could be a little extreme. You brighten up my world like I beam. Enough of them I say, oh, love is blinding, but you bring the clarity like me Visine. The girl of my dreams, I melt like ice cream. Anytime you're around, I'm in the presence of a queen. You show me love that's sweet like 16. Or a fruit from a tree, or a cool summer breeze, yeah. That's why me can't stand to lose you. But you're moving away and I can feel it. Now you're telling me you need some space. My mind just start figure race. That's why I don't wanna wait in vain. Love hurts, but I love the pain. Shots of Novocaine through my brain. I'm about to go insane. I don't wanna lose you, baby. If I did it would drive me crazy. Without you everything seems easy. Stay close to me where you're supposed to be. Don't give up on me now. Can't let the negativity come between us, girl. I know you got your fears, anxiety and despair. Talk to me, don't push me away. I need to hear all the words you've got to say. We can take it day by day. So baby, won't you just stay here? If you leave me, I will cry until me eye them run dry. Can't sit down cause you know why I'm a stand-up guy. Without you, every little thing won't be alright now. Through the darkness, you were my light. So right now, I'm just lost in the night. I might be okay, then again I may never, cause we belong together. You know that
That kind of sound obsessive, don't it?
Love hurts, but I love the pain. Shots and over.
Love hurts, but I love the pain.
I'm about to go insane. I don't want
Paul, it already sound like you gone insane.
drive me crazy. Without you, everything seem easy. Stay close to me where you're supposed to be. I don't wanna wait in vain. Love hurts, but I love the pain. Shots and overcame through my brain. I'm about to go insane. I don't wanna lose you, baby. If I did it, would drive me crazy. Without you, everything.
His name is Paul Anthony. It's called Love Hurts.
You was my girl from the start.
This is Lindo.
Break your heart.
Track called Unbreakable.
You know that I ain't out there playing. Number one on the chart. You know how to leave your mark. You still asking me if I'm staying, but it don't need explaining. You and me together, it will be forever. Unbreakable, but we have unbreakable. You and me together, it will be forever. Unbreakable, but we have unbreakable. Vibes never stop, lit on a yacht. Champagne a pop, everything must smile. Oh, you're so bad, but look so simple. Smile that they got showing off your dimples. You a bad girl, we do bad girl things. Say you want a real G. Give it to her good, she a beg for some more. She wanna feel me. You and me together, it will be forever. Unbreakable, but we have unbreakable. You and me together, it will be forever. Unbreakable, but we have unbreakable. Every time I'm with you, baby, you drive me crazy. Checking up on you lately, thinking about you daily. We can get high on a natural high, escape reality. Real talk, girl, it ain't no lie. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. You and me together, it will be forever. Unbreakable, but we have unbreakable. You and me together, it will be forever. Unbreakable, but we have unbreakable.
Said I could never go one day without your love. Thinking about the kisses in your hugs. There is nothing I would do for you but you.
He goes by the name Neri.
Girl, you make me feel complete.
This track features Tammy T.
Make me feel warm inside.
It's called I'm in Love with You.
So no matter what they say, no matter what they do, I'm in love with you.
From the EP This Valentine.
No matter how hard they try, our love will never die. I'm in love with you.
My friend Smiley calls him Mary Neri.
The sound of your voice gives me butterflies. When I'm missing you, I just close my eyes. You are the sunshine through the rain. My heart has never been the same. I really can't explain why I never get a love like this. Give me sweet love and then it turn and twist. My love for you will never change.
This is the sound of Teddy Greaves Jr. His rendition of Can't Get Over You.
I realize can't get over you.
Kevin Stew.
And though I do my very best, I just can't find happiness. And it's all because I can't get over you. Hey baby, why, oh why? Thinking of you makes me cry. No matter how I'll try, I'm gonna love you by and by, baby. I don't know what to do. I can't get over you. I guess you'll always have a part somewhere deep in my heart. It's just hard to hide. Can't get over you. I'll try to lose myself in song, but the ties are much too strong. What am I gonna do? I can't get over you. It makes me feel so bad, messing up the love we had. There's one thing I know, I will always love you so, baby. I don't know what to do. I can't get over you. Good morning or evening, friend. Oh, Kevin, you're so good. Here's your friendly announcement. I have serious news to pass on to everybody.
This is the sound of Ed Robinson.
What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster.
Reminding us that love is in need of love today.
After to tears and
Very true, Smiley.
it's that love
Humans are complicated creatures.
of love today. Oh, don't delay, send yours in right away. Oh, because hate's going round, breaking many hearts. Oh Lord, stop it please, before it's gone too far. Hey. The force of evil plan to make you its possession, and it will if we let it destroy everybody. We all must take precautionary measures. and love you, treasure. But hear me when I say that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Don't you know that haze going round, and it's breaking hearts? Oh, we all gotta stop it, stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Ain't no love like my baby's love.
This is the sound of Unbelief.
Baby's love, it's like
His rendition of Never Found Me a Girl.
oh, shut up in my bone, shut up in my bone. Ain't no lonely day, ain't no lonely, lonely, lonely night. And every little thing she does, I know the girl's alright, I know the girl's alright. For I ain't never, never found me a girl who loved me like you do. Oh no, you love me like you do. Oh no, babe, ain't no man got a little woman like me. You've got all the love in her one sweet girl can claim, one sweet girl can claim. Every poor boy's dream, and every makes me bright. I don't need money, honey, 'cause you're always there, you're always there. Say I ain't never, never found me a girl to love me like you do. Oh no, you love me like you do. Oh no, babe. Said I ain't never, never found me a girl.
Yeah, I've never found me a girl like you. This is the sound of Marty Dread. He says, listen, I really love you.
I've tried so hard to live my life without you, but no matter what, you've got a way about you, and I just can't live without you.
No, I can't.
You've got a way about you, I just can't live without you. My friends say I'm fooling myself, leaving my feelings as a stock upon the shelf. That you don't love me, you don't really care, but I still want you near. So I say I really love you. Cannot live without you. Can't you see that? I really love you, and I just cannot live without you. I'll set you free if that's what I must do. Love is not possession, and I don't own you. can live your life in all of your dreams. As sad as that seems, you got a way about you. I just can't live without you. You got a way about you. I just can't live without you. Oh no, I really love you. Cannot live without you. Can't you see that? I really love you. And I just cannot live without you. Never ever had
This is the sound of Shinehead.
dream come true. Yeah.
It's called Never Had a Dream Come True.
In my every dream.
As we bounce through this musical therapy segment, courtesy of McNeil Trucking.
And we're free as the wind. In true love, there's no sin. Yeah, for men are just men, not machines. Help me sing it, help me sing it. Never ever had a dream come true, yeah. Without you, the world out there, so many shades of blue. Since our roads never cross, I just work to please the boss. Think I might as well get lost in my dreams. Help me sing it, help me sing it.
Cannot be a game that has no conclusion.
This is the sound of G. Cole.
Love
It's called What Love Is.
that's built on illusion. It's more than something to feel. You can taste it and touch it, it's real. Love is when two people make it, and nothing outside they can break it. If they understand that they can't command love to be where it cannot be free. Love is not just one night of moment of fire. It's a more than hunger inside that builds on desire. And it can't be bound by a chain. And it be sharing our love forever. Love is a season forever. When two people blend it together, but it cannot go. Let's both of them know they must give if their love is today. And this is the kind of love that we know. that we know and we share. Girl, there is a kind of love that will always be there. Yes, love is what two people make it. Nothing else I cannot break it. If they understand that they can command love to be where it cannot be free. Whoa, I said love to be where it cannot.
Because I got to tell you now what's on my mind. We've been at this for some time, and I just wanna know if your heart is feeling just as strong as mine. Cause even though
this is the sound of fire,
we got some years in this, it's always brand new to me.
Hailing out of Hawaii,
flies, my palms get sweaty, my thoughts are
track called Love Me.
You got this kind of effect on me. So maybe we can sit down and just wind down and speak of all the many reasons why we stick around. But really all I want from you is just love me a little more tonight. Say that your heart belongs to me, 'cause my heart is yearning for you. Baby, I'm forever loving you. Love me a little more tonight.
Yeah, man, I love you as much as you want.
My heart belongs to me, 'cause my heart is yearning for you.
You know I'm here just for you, right?
Baby, I'm forever loving you. I'ma hold you down tomorrow more than I held you down today. When I say it's you, I mean it, he means it. I'm not gonna slip away when things get harder, because the way my heart is built for you. This love would never fail. You know I'm planning on forever. It's you, it's me, it's us. You're not alone, no neighbor. I could go on and on of what this is and promises. Well, baby, we got time, so let's just sit down and just wind down and speak of all the many reasons why we stick around. But really all I want from you is just to love me a little more tonight. Say that your heart belongs to me, 'cause my heart is yearning for you. Baby, I'm forever loving you. Love me a little more tonight. Say that your heart belongs to me, 'cause my heart is yearning for you. Baby, I'm forever loving you.
This is the sound of Yishka asking, how could I possibly live without your love? His rendition of How Could I Live?
How could I live? How could I possibly go on if you should say goodbye? Just like a rose, if you don't water it every
never hurt me, if you should desert me, baby, I don't know just what I do. I don't know what I do. I don't know just what I do. How could I live without your love? How could I live without your love? No. How could I live without your love? Tell me. How could I live without
This is the sound of G-Mac. His rendition of Things You Say.
Can't last too long the way you are shaking. Can't last too long the way you're vibrating. You're gonna things you said you love. You're gonna can't last too long the way you are flirting. Can't last too long the things you are doing. That's why I say blue. You're gonna things you say you love. You're gonna
Touching into some of the Afromantic love.
touches like rain or fall.
They want to sound of Bingy Blaze. It's called Rasta Touch.
You want to touch her, yeah. So I touch her in the morning, touch her in the evening. Good loving from the Rasta man she receiving. Loyal empress, I me know she not deceiving. She a blaze, movie is fine, dinner is fine, but right now she need to unwind. It's touching time.
Yeah man, it's touching time.
A touching time. So my come in house and money and vehicle. I mean she want to touch her. So my buy her fancy things and take her on the world. But I mean she want to touch her. Make me touch it like rain or fall. I mean she want to touch her. A rasta she want to touch her. Blame, she feel like she wanna fly. She never yet been so high. She's in love, she cannot deny. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Rasta I give her more than text. Stimulate her mind, body, soul, intellect. Take her to some place that she never been yet. Seen some things that she never seen yet. She said me want you bingy, trust me. She said me need your bingy, touch me. She said me want your bingy, trust me. She said me need your bingy, touch me. So I come with house and money and vehicle. I mean she want to touch her. So I buy her fancy things and take her on the world. But I mean she want to touch her. Make me touch it like rain or fall. I mean she want to touch her. A rasta she want to touch her. Well then hear me now. Oh yo, she on the food pan plate. Now bend down low, she want elevate. Blah 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 and them not penetrate. Now the rasta pass you and she start celebrate. See what you see and do what you're doing. Girl, she's got something, hey, hey, that money can buy. So I come with house and money and vehicle. But I mean she want to touch her. So I buy her fancy things and take her on the world. But I mean she want to touch her. When we touch it like rain or fall. I mean she want to touch her. A Rasta she want, a Rasta she want. No cha, 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 no cha. Yeah.
This is Zona Dangling. It's called This Lifetime.
Food tastes better, the air smells fresher, the riches and the pleasure.
Winding down this musical therapy segment to close out this real talk broadcast of the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew.
Girl, I want you to know you're the melody to the soul of my life.
Yeah man, you say man, the melody to the song of my life.
I'm sorry to a little child. Oh, na, na, na. This lifetime won't be enough to give you all this love. I'm feeling inside, it's spiraling up. One life won't be enough to love you. Bang, boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, bang, yeah, yeah. Bang, boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, bang, yeah, yeah. Girl, you set my soul on fire, and I found my heart's desire when I met you. You're like a memory to a prisoner of a better time. You're like a cool shady tree in the summertime when the sun is high. Whoa, na na na. This lifetime won't be enough to give you all this love. I'm feeling inside, it's spiraling up. One life won't be enough to love you. Yeah, yeah. One more one.
I like the way you move, looking at the way you groove, but I don't wanna stand up.
This is the Anthem Reggae Band.
The way you do, I know what I need enough.
It's called I Like the Way You Move.
For what I'm trying to take,
Move with me.
I want you, baby. I like the way you move, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sexy thing you do, oh, oh, oh. I like the way you move, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sexy little thing you do, oh, oh, oh. I like the way you move. My baby, let me give it to you, just the way you want, boo. I'm just trying to show you. Oh baby, let me give it to you, just the way you want, boo. I just wanna show you. I like the way you move, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sexy thing you do, oh, oh, oh. I like the way you move, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sexy little thing you do, oh, oh, oh.
As we bounce on out of here, I want to thank you, each and every one, for tuning in. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you for participating. Not just tonight, but all week.
Good love for sure, baby.
I do want to encourage you to look out for members of your community and to remember
Yeah, you're proud.
your community is not just the development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide.
Good love for sure.
So those that you pass on the bus, on the plane, the boat or the train, whether you walk, ride or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is DJ Kevin Stewart, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with with you every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to my affiliates, thank you to my sponsors, NIE Radio, Foundation Radio Network, PEMGTV.com, much love to you. Pulse Media Group, Healthy Inner Healing Heavenly Hands, Reggae Global Entertainment, McNeil Trucking. And remember, McNeil Trucking, sponsor of this segment, Musical Therapy. Our licensed and insured movers. With McNeil Trucking, you're in good hands. Go ahead and give them a call, 954-406-9740. Much love, McNeil Trucking. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. Be good. If you can't be good at it. From right here in South Florida, I bid you all a very good night. Take care until Saturday when we do the Saturday Stew on Reggae Global Radio at 8 p.m. Eastern. Much love to you. Take care. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune into the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.